Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about my trading secret, right? That led to my $2,000 day. I'm going to start sharing my screen just so you guys can see exactly what it is that I traded today, and I want you to pay attention to one thing exactly, and it's what ETF or ETN, right? Did I trade today that stands out? And I made $85 on DGAS. That was a very poor trade. If you're part of the Learn Plan Profit team, you would have seen me, take that position. Then there's DWT. I made $1,800, pretty much almost $1,900 on that trade. It's about 1.8, 1.9%, right? And then UWT, I made $114. Not very good, right? So total of 3 different ETFs and ETNs, right? For a total profit of $2,087.50. I want to, as I posted my profit, so again, I trade with the Learn Plan Profit team every morning. They get to watch me trade live shortly after the live stream. I then begin to post updates about what I'm watching. So, what I'm paying attention to. So these are pretty much the updates where I'm only allowed to message. And then I posted my $2,000 day. This was at 8:58 a.m. Market opens here at 6:30 a.m. So within 2 hours of trading, right, a little bit, 2.5 hours, I made a little bit over $2,000 profit. And after I posted my profits within Learn Plan Profit, I also began to post my profits on social media, right, for Instagram and TechBot Solutions, as I always do. One of the very common questions that I got today is, what is it that they can do to grow their account as well, 1 to 2% daily? And at the very end of this, one of the things that I want to remind you guys is that there's no such thing, at least not in my experience. What leads to my success every single day? It's no trading secret. I've said this multiple times that it's the very simple things in life that people overcomplicate. And you guys saw, out of the 3 stocks that I traded today, there is one that stands out, one that I made $1,800. Why? This is why. I focused on one thing today, and that one thing is direction. Trust me, I know already you guys are going to be like, that does not help me. Talking about direction does not help me. Well, focusing on direction today made me $1,800. It assisted me in growing my account 1.8 to almost 1.9%. If you're not consistently growing your account, so again, we all, grow our accounts at different rates. But if you're not consistently growing your account, what could you possibly be doing wrong? One of the big focuses that I have, and again, this is the whole purpose of this video, so just, I hope you enjoy, right? One of the biggest focuses that I have is direction. I like to make it super clear to understand the direction of if something is trending up or if something is trending down. So again, I made money on DWT. I did very well with it, right? What I focused on was this pattern. It was trading in between the middle, right, and bottom VWAP. So /CL, which is a crude oil future, continuously traded in between this range. There's a pattern there. There's a direction there. I can identify low points, high points, low points, high points, low points, high points, low points, right? It makes sense. Until, patterns tend to repeat themselves, they don't have to. And that's always something that you have to have in the back of your head because, again, you have to make sure that you manage your risk. That's inevitable. You can't control that. But what really assisted me today, again, from the hours of 6:30 a.m. to 8:50, around this general area, is this flow, direction. /CL was continuously trending down. So what did I do? I paid attention to DWT. So from 6:30 to 8:30, right, around this time, this thing was trading between the middle and top VWAP, So it made it that much easier because I have /CL on my second screen to analyze that, okay, now I see /CL to be overbought and overextended, right? And I can see that with the RSI and the MACD indicators. It's beginning to pull back. And just like you see when I trade live within the Learn Plan Profit live streams, I then get the confirmation. I add more to my position size on DWT. It pushes up, and then I lock in profits. Simple. And made $1,800. So trust me, I know that there's so many different approaches. The way that I traded today is not the only way that you can trade it. And trust me, today was a super smooth day trading. It actually started out very slow. Fridays are not normally super successful days for me. They tend to be a little bit more slow in my experience, but I had one focus today, and that was direction. I've noticed, and again, you just pick up on patterns. Watch my video yesterday. I don't do call outs. I don't do, I think you should trade this. I will never tell you what to trade. I will never, I didn't work for your money. So I should not be the sole decision maker on where you decide to use it, right? It should be you. And if you can't identify a good entry or a good exit, it means you're not ready to trade with real money just yet. But watch yesterday's video. Feel free to go back to it. You guys can quote me on this. Feel free to go back to it. Yesterday's video, I talked about how much money I made. And also I think I made a little bit over $4,000 to $4,100 yesterday trading. Check out the video. But I also talk about planning my next trade. And I identified this pattern on /CL. You want to see the pattern? For /CL on the 5-day, 5-minute chart, it's a downward pattern. Why do I care about that? Ricky, I thought you said don't invest in downward patterns. I agree. But check this out. The 5-day, 5-minute chart, the SMA line acts as a resistance. It sells off, pushes up, sells off, pushes up, sells off. Do you see how it gets rejected almost every single time for the past 5 days around the SMA line? And one thing that we pointed out is on DWT. This was, how today played out. So we didn't know any of this, but all we knew is how it was already beginning to form. That it normally bounces at the SMA line. So I just picked up on a pattern. Patterns, and again, I emphasize this, patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't have to. Confirmation is key. But what ended up happening? It approached this general SMA line and then began to make higher highs. And then it hit highs of 740. And again, it completed its pattern, but now it's pulling back again. And now it's actually trading below the SMA line. So there might be a change of direction. So there's a series of different things that I understood about DWT. I had a general understanding of the previous days of its pattern, right? And that's something that you guys can all do with whatever stock it is that you guys are watching, right? You just analyze it, try to pick up on a pattern. And if you see one, great. And if you don't, then move on to the next one. I picked up on this pattern. I focused on something that was actively uptrending, right? So the overall direction is in my favor, and I locked in profits at any indication of a resistance. That was my main focus today. Every single time that there's a potential resistance, I was trading with Zach right here, and Zach's part of our Learn Plan Profit group as well. He's visiting us from Las Vegas. He wanted to hang out, or we wanted him to come and hang out with the boys here in Arizona because we spent the what was it, 3-4 weekends ago? We went to Vegas, right? Zach? No, no, I was talking about you in the live stream. But yeah, one of our biggest focuses today was simply just locking in profits. And that's really just it. I really enjoyed the process. It was such a smooth day trading. And it's such a blessing to be able to have made a great deal amount of money, or even 2%, right? However you see that. So 2%, I traded with $100,000, 2% within a very short period of time. I understood the entire time what I was doing, and I felt very comfortable, right? I was focusing on something that was actively uptrending. And I think that's the goal, right, for all of us. And correct me if I'm wrong, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The goal is not for you to, copy someone when it comes down to trading. That's not the goal. What if that person dies, right, or passes away? What if that service is no longer available? What uber successful people or person has their entire team just copy them? That's not how it works. What person that's uber successful just copies other people? That's just not how it works. You have to be self-driven. You have to be a problem solver, and you have to find your niche. That was our biggest, focus in yesterday's video. And that's really just it. So I didn't do anything special today. In my experience, I don't want to say that there's no trading secrets, but in my experience and what led to my success consistently, you guys can feel free to watch any of my videos, right? I had a $7,000 day this week. I had a $4,000 day yesterday. I had a $2,000 day today. And there's no trading secrets. There's, you pick up on patterns, and that takes time to, get to become more familiar with, but it just takes practice. And you'll become more comfortable as you become more immersed, right, with this market. And all I would encourage you to do is, it's hard. This market is hard, especially when you're just getting started. And it's always the starting point that's always the most difficult. So all I ask you, if you think that it would be useful, is to join a group or a community, right, that empowers you to be the best that you can be. So we do have a free one. It's the first link in the description. We're the largest one out there on Facebook, and we have over 218,000 members. You don't have to join it. It's, if you think that you would resonate well with our team, then great, we'd love to have you. If not, then at the very end of the day, I just hope that you surround yourself with people that make you to be the best person that you can be, right? Even at your lowest points. So that's I think what's going to be the most effective thing that will set you apart from everyone else is those rough days, is how you get back up, and having the people around you to empower you and to support you to get back up. That's I think the goal. So really, I really do appreciate your guys' time. Today's Friday. I already took my morning nap because I finished all my trading in the morning. So I'm going to go hit the gym right now. I really just want to thank you guys again for your time. I really hope that I earned your thumbs up in this video. And yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy the weekend. Hopefully you can take some extra time. Again, the weekend is normally when the average person takes time off, right? So if you want to get ahead, then maybe you can utilize the extra time this weekend to catch up on some material, to practice, to do trading on demand. There's so many different things, right? You can join communities, you can join courses, right? And begin to catch up and pick up different best practices, different habits to be able to prepare and implement overall, on the market open on Monday. So yeah, I mean, that's really just it. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. If you guys want to take, 5 minutes, if you guys want to take 5 minutes, you heard me talk about them in this video. It's the only group that I work with on a closer basis, and that's that second link in the description. It's the Learn Plan Profit group. If you would like to see me trade live every single morning for 30 minutes, if you would like to have access and to all the updates for the Learn Plan Profit course, and if you would like to have access to the private group chat where when you have questions, all you have to do is ask. If you think that extra assistance would then be of value, then that's that second link in the description. But yeah, feel free to check it out. It explains everything with what's included, what to expect. We have a recap video of one of our live trading sessions, and then we can kind of go from there. So really do appreciate you guys' time, and I wish you guys an amazing rest of your week. Continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be a judge of success, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy.